Melanie here from the Halton Hills Chamber of Commerce, and we are with one of our newer members, and we're doing their business spotlight today. So I want everyone to say a warm welcome to Radhika Sharma, who's with One Source for Human Resources and Leadership. I got it right, Radhika. I got it. I
You
love
got it. You nailed it.
Well, it helps that it's on the screen, so I really do appreciate that. I love that your company title really is directional about what it is you're hoping to provide to your clients. So why don't you tell us a little bit about OneSource and what it is that you're hoping to offer to the Halton Hills community?
Hi, Melanie. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share about my company. So One Source for HR and Leadership, it's exclusively work with small and mid-sized organization. And why so? So the organization, the companies are growing from 10 to 200 employees. And as the companies are growing, people grow, right? People grow, people issues comes up. But the owners, they don't have a strong justification to why have an HR person, full-time HR person on board. And that's where I think I am able to provide that expertise to small, mid-sized owners. We're working on those day-to-day people issues, helping them ensure that they focus on sales, and I help them with people issues, talking about employee relations, employee handbook, creating that organizational design, like, okay, what the pay structures looks like, what the hierarchy looks like. And in case sometimes taking those difficult decisions of letting somebody go, how to guide them, giving them the right direction. So that's why I would like to work with Halton Hill community, small town living at its best, and small owners trying to get the sales, business development, but also ensuring that they have a people engaged working with them. So that's what I target with. One source for them with regards to HR, where they can have a full-time HR expertise, but need not to have them have that full-time or full overhead HR cost in place.
Okay, so you kind of come in as a fractional HR person then and offer your services. Which I think is a great idea. I think you're right. We do hear from a lot of our companies that they're good at what they do, right? And HR is such a specialized skill. So can you give me some examples of, I like that you referenced the employee handbooks, the hierarchy of pay structure. So how do those things, for a company that maybe doesn't have those, how do those things benefit those companies? So if I'm a small company, I've got 5 or 6 employees and I don't have any of that, why would I want to implement those?
I think when you're starting with 10 employees, you say, why these are required? This is something that's really not important. But as you grow, these issues do come up. You suddenly realize, oh, one of my best performer left the organization and you don't know why, because you didn't have that strong pay structure in place, which your competitor had in place. Your organization is growing from 50 to 100 employees, but day to day, your managers are just dealing with people issues. They don't know how to handle employees effectively. So, are we training those managers effectively so that they deal with people issues on time, continuously coach them, so that managers are not only focusing on people development, but also focusing on business? So, that's where HR is such an important role at the foundational level when the company is growing to provide that strong infrastructure in place. The HR policies which tell employees, okay, what is a code of conduct that's required? Pay structure so that we retain, we hire the people who stay with us for a long time and just don't take the small organization as, gap arrangement. So how to attract and retain that talent? You need to have that strong pay structure in place, which is very competitive, right? And when those employee relations issues comes up, you really need to handle it with very delicate manner. You need to ensure that you're compliant so that there doesn't come any case which you are paying a lawyer thousands of dollars and it's giving you sleepless nights. So that's why HR is so important for these small and mid-sized organization at a ground level, ensuring that yes, as the organization grows, my infrastructure with regards to HR is all settled down.
What kind of employee issues are you seeing trending for small to mid-sized companies right now?
I think the main issues which I see with small and mid-sized organization is managers not handling the issues effectively,
Okay.
giving a feedback in a manner which can be taken as offensive or offended, or could be a very micromanager. So are we developing our leaders, our supervisors, or managers effectively that they are passing on the feedback, but employees doesn't feel offended about it? So how to handle those conversations more effectively at the early stage before it gets bigger issues and you get any complaint or you're sued by your employee.
So, and so part of the services you offer beyond just the functional of helping develop an employee handbook or you know, the structural things that you talked about, do you offer training and coaching for their mid-level managers and how to handle employee matters?
Yeah, so I do offer trainings for first-time managers who have years of expertise and they think that they are awesome managers, but sometimes these refresher trainings are really important for them,
Mhm.
telling them that how to give feedback, how to handle conflicting situations, why you cannot fire somebody on the spot. You cannot do that. So giving all those trainings and refreshing the managers so that once they are holding the conversation with their employees, they are doing it effectively and ensuring they are reducing the risk and liability of the company.
Great. Okay, so you know, I feel like we could probably talk forever, just because you know I know that companies dealing with HR issues, it's different for each company. So if I'm watching this and I know that I need to talk to someone about HR in my company, how do they get a hold of you? And also, how do you structure your pricing? Is it base pricing? Is it ad hoc? Maybe talk a little bit about that.
So I have three structures in place. One is a monthly retainership, which is like, okay, you have any employee relations issues, you have a fixed number of hours with me, we can hold the conversation, we can decide, okay, what are the main gaps you have in place? We can work on this on a fixed number of hours on a monthly basis. Next is more of like a HR foundational program where you know your organization is growing, but you do not have that strong justification in place to have a full-time HR person. So on a monthly basis, we do a catch up. We talk about, okay, what are the things that needs to be worked on this month? We have that quarterly QBRs talking about what we have worked on and what needs to be worked on month basis. The third one, which I work on, is on a very specific project base. Let's say you only want to focus on employee engagement. You have 100 employees and you want to know how are they feeling, what things we need to do to keep them retained, build the human capabilities. I can do that employee engagement, compensation benchmarking, ensure that you're compliant with pay equity analysis. So all those things I can do on a project base. Now talking about how to reach out to me, my email is mentioned here. You can reach out to me at rsharma@oshrl.com or you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I also provide HR readiness consultation to our clients, like that first 30 minutes free consultation. We're just talking about trying to understand, okay, what are your issues? How can I help you with? And then taking it forward from there. So somewhere 30 minutes where they can validate, am I there to provide them the expertise that they are looking for and how I can proceed and help them out with it.
Great. I like that you have the three levels so people can come to you no matter where they are kind of in their journey and still be able to get benefit for their staff. Well, Radhika, thanks for joining me today. I think we gave everybody enough information that they can definitely reach out to you by email or like you said on LinkedIn, and we'll make sure to include that information in the comments as well. So thanks for joining us and welcome to the chamber.
Thank you, Melanie. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Looking forward to meet you on the events.